Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope you had an awesome weekend. Had to wait for the dust to settle on the numbers. So here we are Monday morning reporting week 12, May the 17th to the 23rd. Those are the numbers we're talking about today. Were you in Trinity Bellwoods Park this weekend? I hope not. The west side, once again, proving to be inferior to the east, with many people out on the east side, but respecting the boundaries of our situation at the moment. Anyway, a little bit of a jab to the west, as I am an East End fanatic. So houses fell a bit flat in terms of volume this last week, but not necessarily in price. 28 sales over the past week. Buyer confidence seems to still be fairly strong there, with 15 of those 28 sales going over the asking price with multiple offers. There were 0 sales over $2 million this past week, which reflects in the average price. So looking below, with the average price of $1,287,000 compared to $1.4 million average price last week, if I told you there was an 8% decrease in the price of houses in urban Toronto, you would probably be out there assuming there's some sort of deals for you. This is why we're talking about median more than average now. With a median price of $1.295 million, that's in line with $1.3 million last week and $1.3 million at the beginning of all this, March the 1st. So you can see there's a much less dramatic story to tell when you're looking at the median price. Most house prices are consistent week over week over week over week right now. With 319 active listings, that only leaves 1.98 months of inventory, which is way below the recommended healthy amount of inventory. So the sellers are still in the driver's seat most of the time. There are value buys available, 1.4 million and above, as those properties are attracting a little less competition. So there is an opportunity there for you if you are a buyer in that higher price point. So again, let's focus on the median price, not so much on the week by week average. You might notice some reports coming out saying drop in price, drop in price, drop in price, but they're talking about average prices, and they're probably talking about the GTA or Canada in general, and that's not reflective of how the urban markets of Toronto are reporting for houses, or performing for houses. So again, like I said last week, the buyer party is over was essentially the theme of last week. Most discounts are essentially gone unless you're in that 1.4 plus range. Moving into condos, again, consistently strong, 45 firm deals, 8 of them over the asking price with multiple offers. Those 8 over ask sales were in the $800K and below category. The most opportunity right now for condos are in those, larger 1-bedroom units, for example, that are trading at a higher price point because of the square footage. And most 1-bedroom buyers are really in the lower price points. So if you are looking for that really killer bachelor pad, bachelorette pad, that like place to have some fun, there are some great opportunities in that price point above 800K, especially for the 1-bedroom, bigger entertaining space kind of spaces. Months of inventory dropped again, which is putting sellers slowly back in the driver's seat, especially for the lower priced condos. Only 4.6 months of inventory for condos, and this is just based on current low sales. If we applied some pre-pandemic sales figures to the months of inventory, to the active available listings for houses and condos, we would be in serious trouble, especially if you're a buyer. Sellers would be ecstatic because we'd be in an aggressive seller's market right now. So even with all of those buyers removed from the market due to job losses or economic uncertainty or just people with low risk tolerance, we're still seeing some very strong sales. So that just shows a lot of strength in Toronto's urban communities and how people feel about them. So one thing I wanted to talk about real quick is how there are some folks calling for they're saying downtown is dead. Why? Because you've got Facebook, Shopify, Twitter, all of a sudden announcing that they're going to allow or make working from home a permanent thing. Shopify, and a lot of people are focusing, oh, look at this, Canada's most expensive company just announced that they're going to be closing all their offices and making everybody work from home. That's not what they said, but that's what a lot of people are saying. What Shopify said was they're going to reimagine their workspace. I don't believe that people are going to be working from home exclusively. And even if people do work from home exclusively, that doesn't mean the end of a downtown. look at all that infrastructure, all the money that's been spent in the core, all the businesses that currently exist there. They're all going to reimagine those spaces. Sure, each company might take smaller space, but there are other companies that will take the rest of that smaller space and continue to grow within those urban environments. It is unreasonable to think that a city like Toronto is just going to have a dead downtown all of a sudden. There's too much activity there, too much investment there, too much infrastructure there, and too much energy there for that to happen. It is just such a silly conversation to have, and for me to have to even say that, to address it is just so crazy to me. People working from home doesn't mean downtown dies. The entertainment district in Toronto died years ago. It moved from where it is. I don't even know why we call it the entertainment district. It moved to King West. King West is essentially the energy, the hub of downtown's youthful energy. Clubs are not going to be a thing for a couple of years. So, I understand the way it is now is dead, but it's going to evolve into something else. The energy is still going to be there. Humans are too damn creative to just all of a sudden just go sit in the middle of Ajax in your 2,500 square foot house that cost you $500,000, $600,000. They're still going to be downtown. People are still going to be downtown. The demand is still going to be downtown. The fun is still going to be there. And the energy is still going to be there. And guess what? The jobs are also still going to be there. Humans crave that interaction. They're going to find a way to create that within these office spaces. It's going to just be different. So to say that downtown is dead and real estate prices are going to be worthless downtown is just dumb. It's not real. It's not real. It's not reality. So I have a lot of faith in the urban market. Not only because I live here and because I've invested here, and I'm not just telling you selfishly that that's the way it is because I have some financial interest. It's just the reality of urbanism. People are just urban at heart, and they're going to be here and find ways to make it creative and awesome. So anyway, that's enough of that rant for now. I'd love to hear your comments on that below. Make sure you go to the springteam.ca blog to read a little bit more about this report. I've got some more information in there and some extra resources from Benjamin Tal, who released his weekly Housing and Mortgage Dynamics report. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, as always, for your attention. Love you all. And 416-434-1511. If you have any questions, comment below, message, all that good stuff. Adios.